All right, man. So, JJ Reddick basically put Mad Dog Russo on that skillet, man. You know, put him on that skeleto, and we're just gonna run over a little bit of what he was talking about, man. It was crazy, man. You know.
Basketball game. And I think I want balance in a basketball game. And I think that is what the 3-point shot has taken us away from. I don't mind taking.
So, Mad Dog Russo says he wants balance, and it's like, man, the 3-point shot is a 3-point shot because it imbalances. Like it's not a 2-point shot. Like it's a 3-point shot. It's not the same. It's not supposed to be balanced unless you can't shoot. You know, I mean, if you can shoot, it's gonna be unbalanced because it's like 30% from the three, it's like 60% from the two. Like, and it's like you can't if you can't shoot, you're not gonna shoot 60% from the deuce as a team, you know. And even if you do, can you stop these teams from scoring less than 30% from the like, dude? When these teams is averaging over 35% from the like, dude. Anyways,
15, 20, 30, 20, 20. And I know the math. You make.
running back.
Yeah, I want balance in a basketball game.
He want
And I
balance.
think that is what the 3-point shot has taken us away from. I don't mind taking 15, 20, 30, 20, 20. And I know the math. You make 5 threes. If you take
He
20
know
of them,
the
that obviously is equivalent 15 to make an 8 twos. So I understand the math. But I
well.
want
So
balance. And I think the NBA has.
if you understand the math, what do you mean you want balance? What do you wanna you wanna push back the 3-point line, like to where the 4-point line is supposed to be. They've been talking about it for because you can't just you want to make it, balanced. So you got to make them worse shooters, and you can't do that with this 3-point line. You're gonna have to push it back. You know. I mean, so what? What are we talking about? We trying to make a you know 2-point line at like further, and then it's 1 point. A 1 point range. What are you doing? What are you talking about, man? Why are you trying? I mean, look. As the league has gotten more and more, you know, uh, talented, there's been rules implemented to make it harder for the more talented players coming up, man. So I'm not gonna say that I don't get it, man. But I mean, look, man, it's gonna happen. It is what it is. But you know, the older guys can't sit up here and say just look at the percentages anymore. Like we can't just look at the percentages anymore. We're gonna have to change everything about you know how we cook on the game. You know, not everything, but it's gonna change a lot. Is that what we willing to do just because we sick that these guys is getting better? Come on, man.
Way past the balance and watching guys up and give up
Balance.
dunks to shoot threes on fast breaks. That kind of thing. I think that has hurt the game a lot. And that's me. I am old school, as we all know. JJ, perfect. But, Bird shot plenty of threes. And they had Parrish and McHale. Bird shot plenty of threes. The best. Yeah, and Bird is one of the great shooters in the history of the sport. Not even close.
Bird shot threes. He never was a volume shooter.
No, I know that. But he
Okay.
was a great 3-point shooter. He was not good. He was great. He's one of.
Now look, hold up, man. Shout out to Bird. You know what I'm saying? How is we going to determine what great is if we ain't got the volume? You know, is it easier to shoot 100% from the 3 on 10 shots or 100 shots? Is it easier to shoot 35% from the 3 on 3 shots or 7 shots? And we talking about over an elongated period of time. You know, it's harder to do that over a longer period. It's harder to do that, at an older age. You know.
5 3-point shooters of all time. That's how good Bird is.
Run it back.
We're not.
He
was a great 3-point shooter. He was not good. He was great. He's one of the top 5 3-point shooters of all time. That's how good Bird is. Oh yes, we're not. 3-point shooting contest. He was phenomenal. Bird's a great shooter. Bird didn't shoot.
We're not. Listen, shout out to Bird, man. We don't got no smoke for Bird. Bird know what is hit. Bird don't disrespect. You feel me? I don't like the fact that it ain't about what you like and everything, but I don't like the fact that Bird got to get it, you know, but he got him.
Maybe one of the greatest shooters ever, but he's not one of the top 5, top 3, whatever.
Did you see the 3-point shooting that he put on those? He was phenomenal.
Wait a minute.
Great shooter.
Bird didn't shoot. Maybe one of the greatest shooters ever, but he's not one of the top 5, top 3, whatever.
Did you see the 3-point shooting that he put on those clinics that he put on at the All-Star game?
Again,
did you watch?
Doggy, it's just math. It's attempts,
Come on.
it's makes, and it's percentage. And there's no way you could ever argue Larry Bird is a top 3-point shooter of all time. You just
Okay, you hear that? Huh? Now listen. Hold on to your horses. You know what? I mean, Stephen A. in the back, stuttering Steve. Cannot, okay, cannot, if you're wearing it, you know what I'm saying? Stephen Elliott, you feel me? Shout out to Stephen A. He can't rein these two Negroes in, man. They too ignorant, man. They gotta, that's that's the two errors button heads, man, and man, whew. You want to talk about it, getting heated, as far as, these two, types of people go. We're going to say it like that, all right? Here we go.
You can't make that argument.
You're basing it on math. You're basing it on math in a time when he played. I'm basing it on just shooting. Bird is a unbelievable.
Again, we had this discussion the other day. About James Naismith. James Naismith invented the game. You were rewarded for putting the ball in the basket. There's plenty of people that have shot more, made more, and guess what? Made more at a higher percentage than Larry Bird from 3. I'm not saying Larry Bird is not one of the greatest shooters ever. He's not one of the greatest 3-point shooters ever. You cannot make that argument.
Yes, I'm sorry. Because the 80s was so much different. His physicality, the way they guarded people. You couldn't.
I've been trying to make things seriously.
Okay, so Doggy don't want to hear about the math when the math ain't in one of his guys' favor. Listen, how many times have we seen it, man? Huh? How many times have we seen it, man? You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, we see it all the time. I mean, look, Bird said, that he wasn't, like, he couldn't shoot like these guys, man. Like the chef and like D. Lilly. He can't shoot like that, man. Off the dribble, running around like, dude. I mean, in the way that they run off of screens and off of pin down, like, it's crazy, man. Slipping. These dudes running around, dog. And that's not to downplay the pace in the 80s, because everybody know what the pace in the 80s hitting on, but it's like, man, talking about physicality, man.
Come on, man.
I'm trying to make a total guy. I mean,
you and I are going to sit down. We're going to sit down. We're going to watch finals games for the 1980s.
Y'all need to calm down.
I saw the games. I was at the games. You were nuts. You're watching them on YouTube. I saw the games. I watched the games at the time. I watched all these games. You didn't watch. You weren't alive when these games were being played.
Hold up, man. See, that's the end result shot, man. What do you mean we watched them on YouTube? Yeah, just now. Just finished watching them. Didn't watch them 40 years ago. All right? Everything looks spectacular, more spectacular when you're young, man. All right? You see that? Man, if you gave me one of the toys that you see these days when I was a kid, man, it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy, man. It'd be crazy. Like, I'd be the most stuntingest, like, person on the block. You know what I'm saying? Like, with these toys that they got these days, man. These players is like off the chart. Like, dude, what would you do? What would the league do if they dropped a white boy that's cold as Luka Doncic in the 90s, man? They just smack your fake goat around, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Come on, man.
Did you see Bird play against the Lakers in '84? Did you see Bird against the Rockets in '86? Were you at courtside watching these games? You got to watch the games at the time. Watching them on YouTube 40 years.
He's unhinged. He's going crazy. All right. Stephen A. is wondering why he can't speak on his show. Shout out to Stephen A. He can't. These two is they can't stop, man. You know, they can't stop, man. And look, man, sometimes you just gotta let two grown men fight it out. You know, they don't want to hear you say play the fence game, man. They don't want to hear that. All right, they don't want to hear, oh, I hear your point and I hear your point. They don't want to hear that. They're not asking you, Stephen A, for you to mediate them and, play the third man, man. They want each other, man. And look, man, us over here with these mega facts, we glad that you let it happen. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Stephen A. You know, shout out to these two ignorant fools, man. Going off like they can't. I'm talking about unhinged. Can't stop. Shout out to JJ Reddick for not letting the most unhinged of the three, Doggy, you know, overtake and yell his way to the top. You know, you got to something. You got to play. You got to somebody playing the fire game. You got to play the fire game with him, man. It's not always lucrative to play fire, man. Put the fire out, man. All right, let the mediator do that. All right, come on, man.
It's not the same at the moment.
Run it back.
In '84, did you see Bird against the Rockets in '86? Were you at courtside watching these games? No. You got to watch the games at the time. Watching them on YouTube 40 years later is not the same at the moment.
So let me ask you a question then. When I watch, let's say Steph Curry, for example. Right. When I watch Steph Curry off the ball in a playoff game,
he's great,
getting grabbed and held by Marcus Smart, they're attached to him at all times. Right. Then when I watch Larry Bird come off a pin down and no one's within 5 feet of him and they're shooting the gap, you're telling me one is more physical than the other? You're telling me that's more physical than Steph Curry being grabbed and held for 48 minutes?
Like he doesn't. They don't call those fouls on Marcus Smart. When he holds him and he holds him on those pick and roll. Of course they call the fouls. They protect Curry all the time. He's at the free throw line. Lives at the free throw line.
Again, we're gonna sit down and do this off air.
You a little bit. Wait, you got to see his face.
We're gonna go back into. We're gonna get a time machine. Again, we're gonna sit down and do this.
Oh shit, you got to see his face. He ain't. This dude ain't shit, man. Hold up. Anyways, I'm just saying, man. Like, dude, why y'all can't just put some respect on the nigga name, man? You hear me? Why y'all can't just respect it, man? I mean, look, everything looks most spectacular when you're young, man. They had less skill, so I mean, it looked like they had to. I get. Look, when you back then, it looked like they was doing more than what they doing now. I guess maybe you can say maybe, because when you go back and you watch, I mean, listen, you watch this, they are not doing the same thing, man. It is not the same, dude. It's not. It's literally not. It's visibly not. It's verifiably not. Clearly, it's clearly not. And you can look at it and see it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you don't see more than a second or two worth of highlights. That's why you don't really see any clips. You really don't see the format and how they was really playing the game. You know what I'm saying? And the narratives is being confronted on TV finally. Us over here with these mega facts. You know what I'm saying? We've been screaming these tones for about almost 10 years now. You hear me? Cooking Jordan nights. Funny. You know what I'm saying? Finally getting on TV though. I mean, look. You put these mega facts on TV, man, and your fake goat's weak ass legacy is over with.